Alright, Shalom. First of all, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on more than a dozen earthquakes that rattled San Benito and Monterey counties. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, give some precepts, and the Lord will you edify. A series of several small earthquakes struck inland of the Central Coast over the course of several hours, starting Friday night and continuing into Saturday morning. Over a dozen quakes clustered in or near Tres Pinois in San Benito County were recorded, with a range of magnitudes between 2.2 and 3.9, including one in Aramas, which straddles the Monterey County-San Benito County line. The first quake struck at 9:18 p.m. Friday with a magnitude of 2.2. It was followed by multiple magnitude 3.3 earthquakes in the same area, about 7 miles southwest of Tres Pinois, about 17 miles east of the city of Salinas. Tres Pinois is an unincorporated area of San Benito County, about 4 miles south of the city of Hollister, and sits right on the San Andreas Fault. Seismic activity continued throughout Saturday morning. A magnitude 3.9 quake, the largest in the series, struck at 2:31 a.m. in the same spot, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The Aramas quake struck at 7:55 a.m. and had a magnitude of 2.5. 4 more small aftershocks were recorded between 8:45 a.m. and 9 a.m. with magnitudes between 2.7 and 3.0. Yeah, so basically, the Heavenly Father is still visiting this world with earthquakes. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And LA, the parts of LA that sit on the San Andreas Fault are known for receiving a lot of earthquakes. And, you'll have people that are like, well, then that's why it's happening, because they're on a fault. But the Heavenly Father decides when these earthquakes are going to hit and how often it's going to happen and how intense these earthquakes are going to be. Matthew 24:7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And there are earthquakes that take place all throughout the world, in different countries, different cities, of varying magnitudes. And this in itself is just a sign of the times. Especially seeing as these earthquakes have been happening more frequently, and there have even been earthquakes happening in areas that are not accustomed to receiving earthquakes. Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Verse 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder, and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And these earthquakes are powerful works of the Heavenly Father. These are also signs from the Heavenly Father letting you know what time and season we're in. And like it says in 2 Timothy 3 and 1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Dangerous, serious, hazardous times. And with the frequency of these earthquakes increasing, it's safe to say that we are in some serious times. Especially considering that many people in California understand that California is way overdue for what they consider the big one. A major earthquake that's going to do who knows how much damage to whatever area or areas are going to be affected by it. But given what's happened recently in California, in particular Southern California, with those wildfires, a lot of people aren't even thinking about earthquakes. But they should. Because, like I said, seeing as we're in the last days, that big one that people are constantly talking about, it's going to happen. And it may very well happen a lot sooner rather than later. Because those wildfires that wreaked absolute havoc on Southern California, that was a sign in itself. All these storms and tempests that have been happening are signs. These earthquakes that have been happening in different parts of the world. The volcano eruptions that have been happening. All of these things are signs from the Lord, letting you know what time and season we're in, letting you know that we are in the last days. And the men of the Lord are the main ones warning people. But most people are not taking heed to the warnings. They think that the government is going to protect them. They think that the government is prepared for this. But the government is not prepared. The government's not prepared for these storms and tempests. The government is not prepared for these fires, nor these earthquakes. The scriptures even tell us that it is in Psalms 118 and 8 that it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Majority of these people, they're putting their trust in man. And man can only do what the Heavenly Father allows man to do. The scriptures tell us that a man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? So every move that people on this earth make, it's because the Heavenly Father put the Spirit on them to make that move. You wake up in the morning, it's because the Heavenly Father wanted you to wake up. You go to the store, you go to work, wherever you go, whatever you say, whatever you do, is controlled by the Heavenly Father. There is no such thing as free will. Nobody is out here doing what they want to do. So for all of these people that are trusting in their, president, prime minister, governor, mayor, whoever else, to be able to put things in place to keep them safe in these events, instead of them trusting in the Lord, you're going to be greatly disappointed. And that's why when these catastrophic events happen, people get so angry at their, what they call elected officials, because they're like, oh, they were not prepared. But the Heavenly Father didn't want certain people to be prepared. because those certain people who were not prepared ended up being the very same ones who got affected when that judgment took place. And those were the people that the Heavenly Father wanted to judge. And there was nothing that could have been done to warn those people or to prevent the judgment from happening, because the Heavenly Father is the one in control, and He didn't want those people to be warned. He wanted that judgment to be brought upon them. He wanted, their home or their business to get destroyed. He wanted them to be wounded or killed, or for their loved ones to be wounded or killed. Psalms 9 and 16 tells us that the Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which He executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. So, these earthquakes, as well as the volcano eruptions and the fires and the storms and tempests and the power outages and the sinkholes opening up in the ground and all these other things, these are all the Heavenly Father's judgments. He decides which judgment is going to take place, where it's going to take place, how severe it's going to be, how many people are going to be affected, and so on and so forth. This is why you're supposed to fear the Lord, because like it says in Proverbs 19 and 23, the fear of the Lord Yahweh tendeth to life, and he that hath it shall abide satisfied. He shall not be visited with evil. But majority of people don't fear the Lord. And you see it in their actions. The things they do, the things that they say. People let it be known that they don't fear the Lord. And that lack of fear gets them caught up every time. And it's going to continue to get these people caught up. But that's what the Heavenly Father wants. Because like it says in Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. So every day, the Lord is going to bring judgment upon this earth to punish those that He's angry with. And those judgments are going to manifest in whatever form the Heavenly Father decides He wants to use. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakwadash. Dawadi Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time.